So about the Hunter x Hunter manga, like 2 days ago, when I was in school, my friend came over to my class to tell me something about the Hunter x Hunter manga. I was chilling in music class playing the piano, since I'm a distant relative to Beethoven, and he came up to me and asked me if I heard about the news with Hunter x Hunter. I told him I didn't, and he showed me basically how the manga got officially announced to come back, with 6 chapters at once. The voice actors for Gon and Killua are kinda like the spokespeople for any Hunter x Hunter media, and they both posted manga panels with their respective characters crying, because it's been so long since the manga released anything. Long is an understatement, honestly. The last time the manga released anything Hunter x Hunter related was like in 2018. To put that into a better perspective, I was in middle school when I was reading it, when the manga just stopped releasing chapters altogether, and it hasn't been up until I'm going into my final year of high school that anything new happens for the manga. I can't really tell if I'm excited or not, honestly, for the Hunter x Hunter manga. If I'm being honest, I don't really remember what was going on in the last chapter. The last event I remember is that the Phantom Troop snuck onto the ship, and then they had some little fight trying to look for Hisoka, and with the succession candidates trying to learn about Nen, with one of them ending up being a specialist. 6 chapters kind of make up for the lost time, I guess, which sounds kinda scary saying out loud like that, because 6 chapters in close to half a decade isn't really something most people expect. But for the release schedule of Hunter x Hunter, that honestly doesn't sound too bad. I learned to not really complain too much about authors going on hiatuses. After what happened to the author of Berserk, a lot of people complained and memed about the long gaps between chapter releases, saying that the authors were being lazy and stuff. I thought it was mostly him trying to keep the chapters consistently detailed, which was definitely partly why, but it turned out to be something a lot more serious than that. We really had no idea Miura's condition was as serious as it was, until he ended up passing away. It made me realize that we don't really know much of anything about the lives of these authors, and what really makes them take long hiatuses, which we really don't deserve the right to. They create these massive hit mangas that end up getting international success, but they are still entitled to keeping their personal lives private. Togashi's health is hopefully fine, but he might be going through something that we as fans have no idea about. It's already known that he has some back issues from making manga for so long, so I think it's more than reasonable for him to step back from manga and rest, and then come back to it whenever he's ready. Even if it's just out of laziness, people still shouldn't try and call out authors for it. Togashi has already made an entire legacy pretty much, with both Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho. He could have stopped a while ago, and still be seen as one of the best authors of all time, but he still makes new content because it's his passion, even if the fanbase feels a little bit ungrateful at times, complaining about the hiatuses. Besides that, I guess it's pretty cool that Hunter x Hunter is coming back. The Hunter x Hunter obsession I used to have feels like it died a while ago. I still think the series is great and all, but I'm not super hyper eagerly waiting for the new chapters to drop. I don't even think there was an official date for when the chapters will come out, only that it was confirmed to come out at some point in the future. The last thing to be posted was with the voice actors. I feel like it's a subconscious thing, where I'm kind of hesitating to really get back into the series, or be more attached to it, like how I used to be. 6 chapters coming out is great news for the series, but we don't know what's gonna come out after that. I hope people don't get the wrong idea that the manga's gonna be more consistent, because I really doubt that's gonna be the case. I mean, hopefully it will be better than what we have now. I don't think we'll have to wait another 4 years for 6 chapters, but the best you can expect is probably around half a year per chapter. I started reading the manga right before the long hiatus too, so my timing was pretty bad, like 2 or 3 chapters before the last chapter dropped. So every month or so, I would come back to see if there's a new chapter out, for probably around a year straight, and then that turned into 2 months, and then 3, and at some point I just stopped entirely. There would only be a few moments where I remembered the Hunter x Hunter manga, and then I checked it with some sort of hope that they had a new chapter out by then. And every time I came to seeing no chapter 391, the Hunter x Hunter fan inside of me died a little bit. I'll probably read like the last 10 chapters whenever they do drop the new ones, because I really have no clue what's going on anymore. It was already kinda hard to keep track of what was going on whenever new chapters did drop every few months, because the gap was so big I just kinda forgot about it. So I vaguely remembered what was going on and tied it back to what was going on in the new chapter. But yeah, that is more or less all I had to say about the new Hunter x Hunter chapters. If you enjoyed, consider watching these other videos of mine. That's all though. Peace.